Alright, what is up YouTube? It's your boy Rarice coming at you again with another daily video. Thank you guys so much, and if you're new to this channel, basically I make daily videos about mindset, positivity, and also how you guys can make money from home. With that being said, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Really help grow the channel, I greatly appreciate it, and let's jump right into the episode. So this has been on my mind for the past month or so, and it always seems to come around and always seems to, really throw me out of my balance, and it really frustrates me every time. So if I identify these three main points, I hope that it can help benefit you guys to being more high performance. So these are, in my opinion, the three top time wasters and time suckers out of your day, out of your journey, and everything that you're trying to accomplish. Because if you've been following any of my other videos, you would know that in order to really achieve something and to progress in life, you need outflow. You need to be constantly working towards your goals. And I'm not saying 24/7, but you need to have an effective schedule in place and actually stay true to that schedule, because everyone has a schedule. Everyone, I'm gonna get organized today. They get organized. New Year's resolutioners, for example, and as soon as week 2 comes around, the enthusiasm's not there because the outflow isn't there. Remember this, we all want results. No matter what it is and what field you're in, you want results at something. You may not want to be the best, but you want to get something out of what you're doing and where you're spending your time, and that's why a lot of us are upset because, we just waste so much damn time. But when we allow these three time suckers into our lives, it just makes everything seem pointless, because your outflow is towards something that's bringing you right back into negative procrastination. So the first one is going to be a job or a situation that is killing your ambition, or takes too much time out of your day that you can't actually focus on your passion. And trust me, I get it, having a bad client, having a bad job it still creates cash flow into your pocket and is keeping you from living on the streets. But when you really think about your dreams and your goals and everything, and if your goal is to, let's say, be a day trader, for example, and yet the hours that you work don't allow you to actually execute certain trades or watch the market like you'd want, you should probably look for another job that actually accommodates your time benefits. You're gonna spend your whole day hating your life. And when you hate your life throughout your day, you constantly fantasize about a land beyond. You think about in the future, you fantasize in the future, you vicariously live through social media, you do all of those things except actually work on yourself. And you can't do that until you actually drop the thing that's holding you back the most, which, for example, could be that job. Or let's say you're going to school full time for something that you don't want. Let's say you want to be a skateboarder and you're in business school. Why are you doing that? Anyways, you guys, that leads me into number 2, which is spending all day or long amounts of time, longer than 30 minutes, with people who aren't successful or people who aren't on the same mission as you. I'm not saying if you want to be a business person, only hang out with business people. I'm not saying be reclusive. You don't have to cut off your friends. You don't have to do anything of that sort. But what I will say is, during the week, when you have certain goals and you want to work towards something, and you're spending 2 to 3 hours a day with your stoner friends doing nothing, sitting around talking about what you saw on Twitter, this, that, and the other, what did you gain from those 3 hours? And last thing I'm gonna do is try to be a hard ass where I'm telling you guys, cut off all your friends, be cold, have no social lives in order to achieve success. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, why are you spending so much time with people who don't value your goals as much as you do? And the people who do respect your goals will know that you need to allocate certain amounts of time throughout the day in order to achieve something. But of course, when everything is finished, you can come around and then spend some time with them. But I'm talking about you interrupting all of your goals, stopping everything that you're doing to go spend time with people that you think you care about. In reality, they're not pushing you to become your higher self. They're not pushing you to really level up. You got to surround yourself with people who are leveling up. And I get, we have cousins, we have best friends and stuff that have been around for years before we may have even had this goal. And I'm not saying cut them off, but I'm saying limit your time, and you need to learn to leverage everything that you do. Leverage your time for personal and self-development. And so that leads me into the third, last, and most important time sucker to stay away from. This has killed your dreams, your aspirations. It kills your drive and your outflow. And when it kills your outflow, you have no type of inflow because you're constantly fantasizing. So if you couldn't tell what I'm hinting at, it's living in your head and constantly fantasizing about the future without actually doing any applied action to back up that dream. This is so toxic. Yes, you can waste a ton of time with people, and yes, you can have a job that you hate, but deep down, this is the darkest, and this is the most common, and this is really what's killing your inner drive. It's thinking about your higher self. It's constantly fantasizing about it without ever actually applying any knowledge. Actually, I read a novel last week called The Science Behind Success, and it says the number one thing you need to refrain from is fantasizing in your mind, because you'll be a dreamer for the rest of your life without actually achieving anything. And being a dreamer feels great, and I encourage imagination. The whole point of this channel is to try to spark your guys' imagination to, you know, dream higher and achieve things in life. But by you constantly, let's say you play music and you fantasize in your head about you driving a Lamborghini, or you watch different videos on Instagram, whatever it may be, of your favorite entrepreneur driving their car, living their lives at those parties and stuff, that's not you. That's not you, and you need to realize that that'll never be you unless you actually apply things towards life. Yes, have goals, yes, have dreams, but also you need to back up those dreams with tons and tons and tons of applied action. Maximize the time spent working towards a goal than actually dreaming. I think everyone should, of course, you know, during your downtime, fantasize about everything that you're working for and get very excited about the future, because you should be excited, you should be optimistic, because the future can be anything that you want it to be. But also make sure that you're actually, throughout the day or throughout whatever time you allocate, you're applying the steps in order to achieve that goal, because a dream without a plan is literally just a dream, and it's always going to be a dream, and it's never going to be tangible. You need to make it tangible. You got to make it liquid, because you want to hold it right in your hand. Step number 2, and I know this one is kind of tricky, but you need to start allocating more time to yourself and your personal development, and you need to learn to say no to people who aren't applying towards your goals or your actions or your aspirations, because in the long run, those people are still going to be there. But do you want to still be in the same position that you're in today? And step number 3, the most beneficial thing, and probably the deepest thing I can really project onto you guys, is don't live in your head. Do not live in your minds. It's okay to imagine. I encourage imagination. Dream, explore, shoot for anything that you want, but make sure that that want is filled with an action. So you create that desire inside of you, and you're fulfilling that desire by constantly doing applied action. You're increasing your outflow, like I keep talking about. So that way you're just constantly optimizing your outflow, so that way you can almost guarantee your success, because if you put so much work towards something and you put so much applied action, let's say nothing is fast, so not even on a weekly basis, let's say on a monthly to yearly basis, you just keep working at something, you're gonna achieve that goal sooner or later. I don't care what anyone has to say about it. You put in the work, you will achieve that goal, or whatever life has in store for you. But if you make it towards that, you decide your future, and you really craft what your life is gonna be. But yeah, you guys, I actually have to cut this video kind of short. I'm late for another meeting. This week has been very hectic, so next week, probably gonna get into more technical stuff. This has been a very philosophical week, talking about, you know, a lot of different mindset things, different tactics, and how to be more efficient throughout your day. But next week, hopefully, we're gonna talk a lot more about different business endeavors that I'm in, how to maximize, let's say, ad spend, for example, and also an update on how my day trading journey is going. Like I said, guys, make sure to please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. I really appreciate everyone who's watching this. We're on 4 for 4 for video posts now, so I'm very excited to see where we're gonna be in 2 months from now. So thank you guys so much for watching my video. Please, like I said, like, share, and subscribe, and then tune in tomorrow for the next video. Team Raw Rice, baby, we the nation. Ha!